Today we're gonna make roast chicken with country bread. We have a 3 to 4 pound chicken. One of the things to remember is that if you're going to serve more than 4 people, you're going to need a bigger bird. But between 4 and 5 people, a 3 to 4 pound chicken is absolutely a perfect size, and it also doesn't take as long to cook. You're going to have some French bread. You're gonna take half of a lemon, cut it into quarters, 1 large shallot, also cut into quarters and eighths, 2 cloves of garlic that have been smashed and roughly chopped, a large sprig of thyme, and then a very large sprig of fresh rosemary and a piece of kitchen twine. The most important thing too about this particular recipe is that no additional equipment is really needed. No big pan, no roaster, just your simple frying pan that you have at home. But these are all the ingredients that you're gonna need for your roast chicken with country bread. The next step in the process, you're going to take your bread that you've cut lengthwise, place it right in the pan. From there, you're going to take kosher salt and you're going to salt the internal cavity of the chicken. So from there, you're going to take your lemons, you're gonna put them in. You're then gonna take some shallots and you're just gonna put them in. You're gonna take some garlic, just gonna put it right in the cavity. You're gonna take your thyme, just gonna smash it right inside the cavity. You're gonna take your rosemary, right inside the cavity, and you're gonna take some more of your garlic right inside the cavity. And the key with this is that you wanna make sure that you can kind of put your entire fingers through the cavity. You don't want it to be so stuffed tightly with all of these ingredients. So as you notice, I haven't used every single ingredient on the board because again, you just want it to be nestled in. So there's maybe room for maybe 1 more piece of lemon. So I'm gonna tuck that in there. The next thing about roasting a chicken, and this is another myth, is that there's a special technique as it relates to actually tying up or trussing the chicken. You only need to ensure that the chicken stays intact. First, you just tie up the leg itself here, okay? Just make a knot. Then you just bring it over to the other side and really just wrap it around in a figure 8. So you're just gonna go underneath, come over, pull it together, underneath, over, pull it together, and then basically tie in a knot. It's important to do this step. It does help the chicken stay moist. And then take the wings and you're just going to tuck it right underneath of the bird, just like that. And you're gonna take the other one and you're just gonna tuck it right underneath of itself, just like that. So now you have a completely trussed chicken that is ready to go into the pan. You're just gonna take the chicken and lay it right on top of your bread slices. Prior to doing the last step of seasoning the chicken before we put it in the oven, is we wanna set our oven temperature all the way to 425. So we're gonna take this last step here. You're going to then take your olive oil, use your hands, make sure that it's all coated with olive oil. Again, now you're gonna wash your hands one more time. Careful not to touch raw meat and then other salt shakers and or grinders in the kitchen until your hands are washed. Otherwise, you're going to be, again, transmitting bacteria and contaminating because you've been, touching raw meat. Just a light coating of kosher salt for this application. Again, kosher salt is best used on any type of meat. And then pepper. All around, very generous. And then in the oven for 20 minutes at 425. Not done yet. 79 degrees, still probably have about another 60 minutes to go. We'll go to 350 degrees, 75 degrees less. Should take approximately another 40 minutes. So we'll check it then. 160.1. There we go. So we are finished. And that was exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes.